Hello, Pendle here from Sounddust with the Infundibulum. It's a bit of a mouthful. Infundibulum. The name comes indirectly from Kurt Vonnegut's chronosynclastic infundibulum, which is essentially a time funnel. That's the literary lesson of the day. I will go on no more about that. So, we have 3 oscillators, each with 20 possible sounds, ranging from, Rhodeses, clavinets, tuning forks, various things. With the same 20 sounds, there's different variations in each of the 3 oscillators. Okay, so that's the basics. And then each oscillator has its own individual super arp or multi-arp, which does a lot of different things. Most interestingly, they can go different lengths and they can go different speeds. Just imagine what you can do with that. You won't have to in a minute. And the whole point of this is it's not, as is the way of Sounddust, it's not trying to be a super duper accurate sample set. It's trying to be interesting. And with this, it's all about the artifacts. So some of these sound sources are quite deeply multi-sampled and some aren't at all. And the reason for that is that it's the way that when you spread samples up and down, kind of past its normal range, then interesting things happen. And when you have different loop lengths on all the samples, then interesting things happen as well. And by the way, we can adjust loop lengths here as well. That's what that's for. If I play a basic chord with one, listen, that's now looping round, which is quite nice. Let me just find my sustain key, pedal. If it goes a bit swirly, that's because there's aftertouch sent to pitch. Okay. I can now take my hands off. I can adjust the loop lengths here and the loop start point. Let's do that. So, first basic thing. And that applies to all of the sounds. So you can have, for instance, a little woody marimba. Which will do. And that's just, so you've got just a basic looping sound there, but with different loops. Now, what happens if you then introduce the super multi-arp? The moment it's turned off, you've got lots of different modes here. From off, gate. Now gate is a kind of tremolo effect, so it basically carries on playing but changes the volume. So for instance, so we've set on 4 steps. I'll play me G minor, D, can you see the possibilities now? We can have that as different lengths. Let's put it on a 6. We can have different things going on here. There we go. We can change the timing, so we can make it go faster. We can make the notes, by the way, shorter. It's too short. Let's just go mental. Or we can even go up to whole notes, which will make it a very long demo if I demonstrate that. 8ths. We've got swing to make it swingy. We've got offset as well. That moves, oops, sorry, I'm just pointing. You can't see that. That moves this whole thing kind of that way a bit, so that when you've got several going, they can all be slightly offset to each other if you want them that way. We then have, so that's the gate mode, which is essentially, it's a kind of tremolo-y thing. It's just taking the volume up and down. Then we've got chord mode, which plays chords. Straightforward like that. You can make it into a tour. Then we have lots of arpeggiator modes. And let's actually make it longer because that's silly. 16. So when it's in arpeggiator mode, these are basically volumes of the notes in those areas. I'm just randomly drawing stuff in. Here we go. Let's speed it up a bit. Then we've got various different modes ending in very wonky modes towards the end, which are kind of more and more randomized. Right, so let's put it back to Okay, so all well and good. We've got an arpeggiator playing a nice sound with the level of the controls as well. What happens if we add in some more? What if we add in the same sound again? We've got the octave shift here as well. Let's put the same sound in an octave higher and turn it on there. This is sample start. That's your volume. Let's put this on a down and up. That one's going up and down. Let's put it on a, I don't know, let's put it on a 9 length. Let's randomly draw some things in. Or if you want to help with the random, there you go. Or if you want help with the rhythm, there you go. Let's try that. Let's then actually add some random velocity to that rhythm. There you go. So this will sound like this. See what I mean? Then, how about we add the same sound again? Would have this an octave down. We'll have a different sample start point, so that's a bit mufflier. Let's choose one of these at random. Let's make this 3. Let's do a 3. And let's put it slower. I'm making this up as I go along, by the way. How will this sound? Imagine how long that would take to play otherwise. Let's add some swing. That's quite swingy. If you want to put it back, hold down Control, click, and it'll go back to the real deal. That is basically the gist of Infundibulum. Now, when it gets exciting is when you then start moving the different sounds around, and we've got quite a good selection of sounds. Let's add in a piano for that one. Let's move the sample time there. Start time. Let's give it some reverb. Let's keep me that one. So you've got convolution reverb per instrument. You've also got here, you've got some interesting distortion, which you wouldn't normally put on a piano, but hey, let's give it a go. I've got a big smile on my face, by the way, now. We've got bit reduction as well for super duperness. Or we can just turn it off. That's just holding down one note. How about we put the gate on the piano, set the loop quite short, put the start loop time there. So we're going to have looping piano. What about if we make them all into the Kramer versus Kramer, and put them all on gate? Have different loop times. I have no idea what will happen. kind of thing will happen. That's quite nice. You could go on forever. I mean, there's over, if you go here, there's lots and lots and lots of snapshots. And I could have, well, I say lots and lots. There's 135. There could have been lots more, but the thing is, it's just about playing with this thing, and you will immediately have a lot of fun. We've got synth stuff in here as well. And you're going to get, you're going to get artifacts, and that's the point. There's also, let's just quickly do this as well. I can reset here, reset, there you go. Let's put it on chord. Let's make this. Okay, this is going to be quick. Let's do that to that. Let's do, so you've got instant shapes available as well, instant kind of obvious shapes. Let's keep that one there, but make it a bit more straightforwards. Right, that is going to go there. That is going to go there. No, not there. There. Although, this should be some kind of a drum machine. Oh, they're turned off. Let's put those on chord as well. Oh, that's because that's, let's make that into eighth. Well, that's on a 9, so you got interesting stuff going on there. Well, that's also pitched right down. So you've got even an instant. Oh, that's also, that should be hats. God, why didn't you tell me? Let's put that on. See, so you can even do drum machines. I'll do another one because it's just kind of like, I mean, even if you set up a pattern and then just put different instruments, Croft is a backwards tuning fork. That's not going to work because it needs to be there, and that probably should be gated. Let's see what we can do with a backwards tuning fork. Slow it down a bit. Okay, let's put that on one of those. Let's play a chord. Oh. I've had a really lot of fun with this. Let's put in, I was going to keep it to myself actually. It's so good. Oh! Let's put that on a gate. Oh, we have to get the loop right. Set that back. That's a funny one still. Let's put that one a gate. Gate is quite good. So Just play with the flipping thing. It's great. Let's just quickly go through the controls again. So, instrument select here. I should go through the instruments that are in there. We've got, that's a dulcitone. Rust is a Rustiambura. Rhodes is a multi-sampled Rhodes Mark 1. Clavinet is a Hohner clavinet. Hohner. Let's put that on a real thing. Let's extend that. Take it up. Yep. Fork is a tuning fork. I've got this weird set of medical tuning forks. Let's take those all off. Not that in tune. Throb is DSI Evolver synth stuff, as is this. Carpet's really nice. Wind. And all these are kind of selected so that kind of they fit together and offer different possibilities to each other. There's chime bars, Woody marimba, Kramer, upright Kramer piano, Felt, another terrible piano. Oh, well, it's not, you've got auto pan here, by the way. Glock and Spiel. Good for tinkling. Some good tinkling possibilities. Banjo. You can do some quite unusual dueling banjo thingamabobs. Bitvox is badly sampled low bit res vocals, which is me actually singing into a Bestil micro granny. There's a joke there somewhere. Mbox, music box, very nice. Let's try a different one of these. And it's just about, obviously I can't resist. If you put them all together, that's when things, I mean, I have no idea what's going to happen. Let's put that on one of those and one of those. All random. Might be really nice. That one's a bit fadey-inny. Put that on a 5. Obviously, it's all very, very BPM synced as well. Music box. Then you've got the hat, which is from a MAM drum machine. I can't remember the name of it just now, but it's some noise from there. And that's kind of kick drums for instant crazy techno. Most of them have got so even though the sounds are the same on the next one, they're actually different. So if it says D-tone, it's a dulcitone again, but it's different. It's the same samples, but with different loop points and slightly different stuff going on. You've also got some different samples here. This is an MS-10 triangle wave. No, wrong one. Take it back down there. Let's get some of the... Oh, yeah, effects. I'll get into this later. Filters here. High pass, low pass, all vibrato. Chorus. Delay send. There. We've also on here got a wasp, which is a EDP, no, EDS wasp. Oh, my brain. EDP, that's it. Electronic Dream Palace. No, it's not that. Any more different ones on there? Pick is different to banjo. If they go a little bit wonky wobbly, that's because I'm using Aftertouch. And the presets all have different amounts of snapshots, have different levels of Aftertouch set. so they don't all go crazy like that. Bad Fox on here is it's my voice again, recorded into, you can buy on Amazon, here's a little hint, you can buy these mad little kind of, they're the playback samplers that go into teddy bears and the like. When you squeeze them, they go, I love you. You can buy those that you can actually record into as well. So I did a sampling session recording things into bad sampler, very bad sampler, and then recording it back out again. And then I had to do a fair bit of work on Melodyne. And on this one, the extra ones are, we've got an MS-10, Korg MS-10 square wave. And the reversed forks thing. Which is quite nice for ethereal. Master Effects. Turn them on here. Both had some really nastiness, which is less obvious on here. EQ. Boost the treble. Rotor. Reverb, obviously. So you can do, so that's the reverse fork still. And then there's also another reverb send, which adds reverb to a different point of the chain, which was quite useful. And that sends to all of them there. So let's see what we've got now. I have no idea. Let's turn the reverb off. Yeah, that's the first most unusable patch I've ever made, I think. There you go. That's it. It's simple, but really, really, really complicated under the hood. Manual here that explains the sounds a bit more. Go here and it tells you what I've just told you. Tells you exactly what everything does. There you have it. Infundibulum. Thank you, Kurt Vonnegut. Available from Soundust. You will have a big smile on your face if you get this. Thank you very much. Bye-bye.